By the end of Star Trek, Discovery Season 5, Episode 6, Whistlespeak, Captain Michael Burnham, Sonequa Martin Green, and the crew are one step closer to the progenitor's technology, following a mission to a pre-warp society that risked the life of Lieutenant Sylvia Tilly, Mary Wiseman. After last week's big revelations about the Mirror Universe, Maul, Eve Harlow, Lack, Elias Tufexis, and the Breen Imperium, Whistlespeak, written by Kenneth Lynn and Brandon Schultz, and directed by Chris Byrne, is a more traditional Star Trek adventure. Seeking the next clue on the planet Halem No, Burnham and Tilly join the journey of the Mother Compere. This religious pilgrimage takes the form of a race to prove devotion to Halem No's gods, in the hope of making it rain again. However, this religious pilgrimage has life-threatening consequences for Tilly, providing Burnham with a dilemma over whether she breaks Star Trek's Prime Directive to save her friend. Elsewhere, on the USS Discovery, Ensign Adira Tal, Blue Del Barrio, is struggling to settle into their new role as science officer on the bridge, while Dr. Hugh Culber, Wilson Cruz, gets closer to coming to terms with his spiritual awakening, courtesy of some wise words from Cleveland Booker, David Ajala. Captain Burnham broke the Prime Directive to save Tilly. The Halem Knights and Tilly would have died without Burnham. Believing that the next clue to the progenitor's treasure was hidden in the high summit, a weather tower disguised as a mountain, Burnham and Tilly joined the pilgrimage in the hope of making it inside. However, it quickly transpired that once inside the tower, there was no way out. Designed by Denobulan scientist Hideroshi Creel, the towers were designed to protect the Halem Knights from the punishing dust storms that take place on their planet. Tilly and young initiate Rava, June Laporte, became trapped inside the vacuum chamber, meaning that they would suffocate to death unless they were rescued. Discovery was unable to beam Tilly and Rava out of the weather tower due to the walls being made of tritanium, making it impossible to get a transporter lock. Which is why Burnham made the difficult decision to break the Prime Directive by beaming into the weather tower's control room to reveal the truth to Ovaz, Alfredo Narciso. Burnham was right to break the Prime Directive, because the Denobulan weather towers were failing, and in drastic need of repair. Without Burnham's intervention, Tilly and Rava would have died for no reason, and the Halem Knights would have eventually been driven to extinction. While it's definitely a breach of the Prime Directive, Burnham is still very careful not to destroy Ovaz's beliefs, telling him that, "Nothing we have shown you means gods don't exist." Indeed, Burnham's quest for life itself is proof of some higher power in the Star Trek universe. While Commander Rayner, Callum Keith Rennie, Tilly, and Burnham all lament the inevitable ramifications, it seems likely that Dr. Kovich, David Cronenberg, will brush off this breach of the Prime Directive in favor of Discovery's Red Directive mission.